Okay, so now that you've written your headline, we're up to the perfect Facebook ad template. And this template is where we're going to write the copy for your actual ad. So why does this matter? Well, it matters because you really need to get the attention of your prospect. And on Facebook, there's so many distractions. There's so many things to do, so many things to see, so many funny videos, so many cat videos, so many friends, and your ad needs to jump out. And the ad copy is very important. It's actually the third most important part of the actual Facebook ad. The image is the most important. That's what gets them stopping from scrolling. That image captures their attention, or if it's a video, it captures their attention to stop scrolling. Then they'll read the headline, which says, "Should I keep scrolling? No, I will stop." That's a good headline. And they'll either click and go through to the landing page, or they'll read the copy if they need more justification to click. And so now what we're doing is we're writing the copy. And so there's a great saying by White Woodsmore, which I've gone through before: when you can articulate someone's problem better than they can, they automatically and unconsciously credit you with having the solution. And that's what we're going to do now in the copy or the description part of the Facebook ad. We're going to articulate someone's problem better than they can. So let's go to the framework. Now, I actually have two frameworks for this. I'm going to go through the first one, and then the second one I won't go through. It's pretty self-explanatory. You can use that. And obviously, there's multiple ways to write ads, and there's multiple frameworks that you can use. So I really like this one, the perfect Facebook ad template number one. So you can see there in the middle is an actual ad with the actual copy that's been written. And then what we're going to do is you're going to read each part and then copy that in the framework. So if you look at part one, if you look at part one here, it says call out your prospect and highlight their pain points. So the best way to get someone to stop scrolling or get someone to read is to ask a question. Because when you ask a question, they have to give an answer to themselves. So if you say to them, "Is your website your number one salesperson?" then they pretty much in their mind will answer that, yes or no. And if they say yes and they're not interested, they'll keep scrolling. But if they say no, they say, "Actually, that's a pain point. My website is actually useless," then they will continue to read. So I find a question is the best way to start out a Facebook ad. So you want to call out the prospect. So in here, I actually didn't call the prospect out. There's an assumed call out. If you've got a website, you're a business owner. Another way you could have written it is, "Are you a business owner with a useless website?" So that's another way of writing it, and I'm actually calling out business owner in there. I don't like the useless website. That's why I didn't go with it. I think, being more specific, the pain point is the website isn't selling. It's not a salesperson. That's a bit better. That's not as descriptive, the useless website. They don't really know what the useless website is. But I gave you that example just so you can see that it's good to call them out. Business owner, a mother, a sports fanatic, whatever your target prospect is. Then what you want to do is number two, and that is build the pain. So you've highlighted the pain. Remember, White Woodsmore said, if you can articulate someone's pain better than they can, they'll automatically and unconsciously credit you with having the solution. So now you've got to build that pain. You've got to describe the pain. So if you look here, it says, your website has the potential to deliver you new leads and sales every week, but sadly, most business websites don't. So that's the pain. They're not getting leads every week, which they need. And here I'm building it. It's like getting a poodle when you wanted a guard dog. Poodles weren't built for protection, and your website probably wasn't created to deliver sales every week. So now I'm building the pain. It's kind of like a poodle. What you really want is a guard dog. You want something that delivers lots of sales. And so that's where you build the pain in this section here. Then you go to section 3. And this is where you look to the future and show them how good the future can look if they solve the pain. So in this digital age, I'm just reading here from the actual ad over here. In this digital age, your website should be your online hub attracting your perfect prospects. The prospects who happily pay the prices, have a problem that you can fix and are ready to solve the problem today. That's fantastic. That's exactly what life should look like. Have a client that can afford you, that wants to work with you and is ready to go today, not in 3 months' time. So that's how good the future can look. And then finally, we go to number 4, which is a call to action. This is when we say, okay, if you like what we've said, now take this step. Buy this product, sign up for an appointment, download this ebook, sign up for a webinar. And over here, the call to action is, I'm just reading again from here. Now, that is what a sales-driven website looks like. If you have a lazy, non-producing website that doesn't deliver regular sales, you need to download our ebook, 5 Keys to Turn Your Website into a Sales Machine. So then there's a clear call to action here that says, download it now at, and then the URL. So you put the URL in, even though when they click here on this Learn More button, they go to that URL, you still want to put the URL in the text because it's another way of getting them to actually click and engage and getting them to your website. So that URL there is very important. You should always have a URL to your landing page. And then number 5, write the headline that describes the offer. So we've already written that headline, and so in the previous framework, so you just put that in there. And then finally, you have a short summary of the solution to the pain point. So here we've just got this one, generate a consistent flow of predictable leads every week. And it's kind of just reinforcing the pain point that's described in the headline. Some people choose not to put that in, depending on what they're offering, but I always like to put it in, and I always like to just have a bit of a support structure. So that's the template 1. You'll see here that there's template 2. Now, I'm not going to go through this one, but this one's very detailed in instructions. So basically, it's going through kind of the same framework. You can see that there's a promise or a question here. You'll see that you present problems, very similar. You then promote a solution, and then you put a bit of pressure to de-risk. And so I won't go through that with you now, but I do want you to attempt using it because it might be a better fit for your actual business. So your homework is to take template 1 and template 2 and write a few versions, write 3, 4, 5 versions of your ad, and then bring them to the coaching session, and we can read through them and I can give you my feedback.